Hello, and thank you for joining me on this journey. Tonight, we will slowly drift into the serene world of vision in nature. Imagine soft beams of light filtering through forests, rippling across water, and glinting off the scales, feathers, and fur of countless creatures. Notice the subtle shimmer of color in a bird's plumage, the quiet glint of eyes adapting to twilight, and the delicate patterns that guide life in both day and night. Each flicker of movement, every tiny shift in light, invites your mind to wander gently through the astonishing ways the natural world perceives and responds. Let your awareness expand like the horizon at dawn, feeling the calm rhythm of vision as it flows around you. If you enjoy these relaxing moments, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and turning on all notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. But for now, just breathe. Let your body relax, release any tension, and allow your mind to drift. Let's begin. The human lens is not a fixed element. It subtly reshapes itself every moment, bending light to focus on objects near and far with a fluid grace that we rarely notice. An almost imperceptible dance that allows us to read a page or watch a bird in flight without conscious thought. Beneath the colorful iris lies a dense network of blood vessels, supplying the retina with oxygen and nutrients. The rich patterns and textures of the iris are unique to each individual, forming a natural fingerprint that is as complex and intricate as any forest canopy. Rods and cones in the retina are tiny photoreceptors, yet they dictate all our visual experiences. Rods detect faint shadows and movement, while cones interpret color. Together, they translate photons into signals that the brain weaves into our perception of reality. Peripheral vision, often overlooked, is dominated by rods rather than cones. This gives humans superior motion detection at the edges of our visual field, a subtle evolutionary relic from a time when predators lurked in the shadows. The fovea, a tiny pit in the center of the retina, holds the highest concentration of cones. It allows for sharp central vision and detailed focus, crucial for activities ranging from reading to recognizing a friend in a crowd. Tears not only lubricate, but also form a delicate optical layer over the cornea. This transparent film smooths microscopic irregularities and maintains clarity, subtly enhancing visual fidelity with each blink, an automatic refinement of the visual interface. Sclera, the white outer layer, provides more than structural support. Its color contrasts with the iris, enabling non-verbal communication and social cues, a feature that is remarkably pronounced in humans compared to most other primates. The optic nerve transmits electrical signals to the brain at extraordinary speeds, yet the processing is not instantaneous. The mind reconstructs continuous images from discrete inputs, creating a seamless perception of motion and depth that hides the complexity of its computation. Human eyes can detect roughly 10 million different colors, yet this palette is limited compared to some animals. The subtle gradations of green, red, and blue in a forest scene can be astonishing, revealing textures that are invisible to less sensitive species. The pupillary reflex automatically adapts to changes in light, expanding in darkness and contracting under glare. This unconscious modulation preserves retinal health while optimizing clarity, allowing humans to navigate varied environments without conscious adjustments. Beyond humans, many birds have a fovea that is longer and more acute, granting them superior long-distance focus. Hawks can spot prey from hundreds of meters away, their eyes finely tuned to detect minute movements across vast landscapes. Some aquatic mammals, like seals, possess a reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum. It enhances sensitivity in low-light conditions underwater, giving them the ability to navigate murky depths and detect subtle movements invisible to human vision. Octopuses have eyes structurally similar to humans, but evolved independently. Their pupils can form horizontal slits, optimizing vision along the ocean floor while preserving camouflage, demonstrating the diverse solutions evolution has crafted for light and contrast. Flies and dragonflies rely on compound eyes made of thousands of tiny facets. Each lens captures a fraction of the visual field, collectively constructing a mosaic-like perception of motion, allowing them to detect rapid movements far beyond human reaction times. Some deep-sea creatures see using bioluminescence, perceiving faint glows emitted by other organisms. Their retinas may be tuned to narrow wavelengths, converting tiny flickers into a vital map of prey, predators, and mates in near-total darkness. Chameleons can move each eye independently, scanning two directions simultaneously. This unusual adaptation permits simultaneous predator detection and prey tracking, creating a visual multitasking ability unmatched by humans. Mantis shrimps possess the most complex visual system known. They detect polarized light and can perceive ultraviolet wavelengths invisible to humans, a spectrum that transforms their underwater world into a vibrant alien tapestry. Nocturnal owls have tubular eyes, maximizing light capture. The high rod density allows them to navigate forests with astonishing clarity at night, perceiving motion and subtle shapes that would be nearly invisible to a human observer. The eyes of horses are positioned on the sides of their heads, granting panoramic vision but limited depth perception directly ahead. This evolutionary compromise prioritizes predator detection over fine detail, a survival strategy embedded in anatomy. In certain squid species, eyes can detect polarized light patterns created by other creatures. This hidden visual communication enables them to interpret signals invisible to many predators, a secret language of the deep ocean conveyed through anatomy alone. The human cornea, a dome of transparent tissue at the front of the eye, refracts light with such precision that it contributes nearly 2/3 of the eye's total focusing power. Its curvature is subtly shaped to minimize distortion, allowing photons from distant stars or nearby leaves to converge perfectly on the retina, creating images so sharp that they form the foundation of all visual experience, even before the lens refines the focus. Some nocturnal mammals, like cats, possess a reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum. It acts like a natural mirror, bouncing light back through the photoreceptors a second time. This enhancement allows cats to detect even faint glimmers in near-total darkness, creating a mysterious, almost supernatural ability to navigate shadowy alleys and dense undergrowth, while their eyes glimmer eerily when illuminated at night. The human iris contains smooth muscles that adjust the pupil size, a subtle interplay of contraction and relaxation that responds to light, emotional state, and cognitive load. This mechanism creates ever-changing patterns of shadow and color within the iris, allowing more or less light to reach the retina. Each micro-adjustment is invisible to the observer, yet it continuously fine-tunes visual perception with an elegance that balances biological efficiency and aesthetic complexity. Birds of prey, such as eagles, have two foci per eye, one oriented forward and one slightly lateral. This dual arrangement enables precise depth perception and long-distance focus simultaneously, allowing them to spot a rabbit from hundreds of meters while also monitoring the surrounding terrain for predators. Light enters these specialized regions at precise angles, maximizing resolution and granting an astonishingly detailed view of landscapes that stretches beyond the capabilities of human eyes. Cephalopods like cuttlefish can alter the polarization of light they perceive, a visual ability nearly invisible to humans. Their retinas detect subtle changes in wave orientation, enabling them to track prey, communicate covertly, and navigate complex underwater environments. This sensitivity to polarized patterns transforms seemingly featureless expanses into intricate maps of contrast, motion, and color, revealing hidden structures and signaling that lie just beyond the scope of conventional human vision. The sclera, often overlooked, is a remarkably resilient membrane that maintains the shape of the eye while serving as an anchor for ocular muscles. Its white surface creates a stark contrast with the colored iris, allowing humans to communicate intent and focus through eye movement alone. In social interactions, this visibility subtly conveys attention, awareness, and emotion, integrating anatomy with behavior in a way that elevates vision from passive reception to active social engagement. Hummingbirds have a uniquely high density of cones in their retinas, granting them the ability to distinguish ultraviolet markings invisible to humans. Flowers, often patterned with UV signals, become intricate mosaics of guidance for nectar foraging. This optical specialization enhances survival and efficiency, transforming the visual landscape into a kaleidoscope of hidden cues, where each subtle shimmer communicates vital ecological information with dazzling precision, weaving biology and perception into an elegant evolutionary design. Sharks possess a nictitating membrane, a semi-transparent eyelid that sweeps across the cornea during hunting or aggressive encounters. It provides protection without entirely obstructing vision, allowing these predators to maintain awareness while engaging in high-speed chases or combat with prey. Coupled with a high density of rods in their retinas, sharks perceive contrasts and motion in dim aquatic light, creating a visual system perfectly tuned for the stealth and precision of the ocean's hunting theaters. Insects, such as bees, navigate using compound eyes, which contain thousands of ommatidia, each functioning as an individual photoreceptor. This design allows simultaneous detection of color, shape, and motion from multiple angles. As they flit from flower to flower, bees integrate fragmented visual input into a coherent map of their surroundings, perceiving ultraviolet nectar patterns invisible to humans. This creates a multifaceted, almost pixelated vision that is fast, reactive, and essential for survival in dynamic floral landscapes. Owls have asymmetrically placed ears and tubular eyes, maximizing light capture while aiding auditory triangulation. The combination allows them to hunt in pitch darkness with astonishing accuracy. Light funnels through elongated retinas densely packed with rods, converting faint photons into detailed monochromatic images. Every feathered silhouette, rustling leaf, and minute movement is rendered with clarity, producing a nighttime vision that blends both sharp spatial awareness and ethereal, almost otherworldly perception, creating a silent dominion of the dark. Cephalopod pupils, often shaped as horizontal slits, allow controlled light entry across a wide field while maintaining depth perception along the seafloor. As they glide over coral or sand, the varying light angles produce intricate shading and contrast, enabling them to detect predators, prey, and mates in complex visual environments. Their eyes, though evolutionarily distinct from humans, demonstrate parallel solutions for optical challenges, reflecting a convergence of form, function, and environmental adaptation over millions of years. Deep-sea dragonfish can produce red bioluminescence, an unusual wavelength in an environment dominated by blue light. Their eyes are tuned to detect this specific glow, revealing the presence of prey invisible to most other creatures. This rare visual ability creates a hidden spectrum of signals, enabling covert communication and predation in the pitch-black ocean. In this alien world, anatomy and light combine to craft perception that is both functional and astonishingly specialized. The lens in a human eye grows throughout life, subtly increasing in density and flexibility, which affects focusing ability over decades. This gradual change contributes to presbyopia, where near vision diminishes with age. Despite this, the lens remains a marvel of biological engineering, capable of precise adjustments at microscopic scales, bending and refracting light to maintain clarity. Every photon passing through experiences a journey mediated by a transparent structure shaped by evolution's patient refinement. Elephants possess large, deep-set eyes that emphasize vertical pupils, optimizing both depth perception and peripheral awareness. Their visual system complements their tactile and auditory senses, allowing them to navigate dense forests or savannas with remarkable spatial awareness. Subtle variations in iris color, reflection, and eyelid structure help filter harsh sunlight and glare, a combination of anatomical adaptations that preserves clarity while integrating vision into a broader multisensory understanding of their environment. Frogs have a third eyelid, the nictitating membrane, which sweeps diagonally across the eye. It protects delicate tissues while maintaining vision underwater or during ambush hunting. When submerged, this translucent layer refracts light differently, allowing frogs to track insects with remarkable precision. In evolutionary terms, it represents a compromise between protection and function, balancing the physical needs of survival with the optical demands of a predatory lifestyle in both terrestrial and aquatic environments. Praying mantises have stereoscopic vision, unique among insects, providing depth perception critical for capturing prey. Their large compound eyes contain specialized zones tuned for detecting motion, distance, and contrast. When a mantis strikes, it relies on a combination of fragmented visual data and precise timing, calculating trajectories as if guided by invisible mathematical equations. This complex integration demonstrates that even tiny brains can coordinate extraordinary visual feats through evolutionarily optimized anatomy. Some amphibians, like the axolotl, can see ultraviolet light through specialized cones in their retinas. These unseen wavelengths illuminate subtle details in water, algae, and potential prey. Their visual experience is layered, blending visible and ultraviolet inputs to create an intricate picture of the aquatic environment. This expansion beyond human perception illustrates the diversity of visual strategies in nature, emphasizing that our own range of sight is just one of countless evolutionary solutions. Octopuses can adjust the curvature of their lenses, similar to humans, but do so in a way that accommodates rapid changes in water density. This allows them to focus precisely at different depths, maintaining clarity while hunting or exploring. Their pupils often form W-shaped slits, which control light entry across horizontal planes, enhancing contrast perception. This combination of flexibility, precision, and unique geometry creates a visual system both alien and extraordinarily efficient. Seahorses possess eyes that move independently, allowing simultaneous observation of predators and prey. Their retinas are finely attuned to contrast and movement rather than color, reflecting the dim, shifting light of seagrass beds. This optical specialization ensures survival in a highly dynamic habitat, highlighting the intimate connection between anatomy, behavior, and environment. Vision here is less about aesthetics and more about a constant negotiation with threats and opportunities hidden in subtle motion. Horses' eyes are positioned laterally, creating nearly panoramic vision, but limiting binocular overlap. This anatomical layout favors predator detection over detailed forward focus, allowing them to scan wide fields of grassland efficiently. Despite the compromised depth perception, the brain interprets motion cues with astonishing subtlety, reconstructing three-dimensional awareness from partial overlap. The result is a visual strategy shaped by survival pressures, balancing coverage, clarity, and reaction in vast open landscapes. The human retina is a delicate tapestry of neurons and photoreceptors, forming a living canvas that converts light into electrical signals. Each rod and cone responds to subtle variations in intensity and wavelength, allowing us to perceive everything from the faintest twilight glow to the vibrant greens of spring foliage. This neural mosaic is both intricate and resilient, continuously adapting to shifts in light and focus across every waking moment. Many reptiles, such as geckos, possess vertical slit pupils that adjust with extraordinary precision. This design allows them to hunt in dim moonlight or harsh daylight, controlling light entry while enhancing depth perception. As night falls, their pupils dilate dramatically, exposing a broad retina optimized for low-light vision, transforming their environment into a landscape rich with shapes and shadows invisible to human observers. In tropical birds, oil droplets within the cone cells filter incoming light, sharpening contrast and enhancing color discrimination. This modification enables the detection of subtle differences in fruit ripeness, leaf patterns, and plumage signaling between individuals. By altering wavelength absorption, these microscopic droplets create a spectrum of colors beyond human perception, turning vibrant forests into detailed mosaics, teeming with hidden visual cues for survival and communication. Sharks' eyes contain high densities of rod cells, granting exceptional sensitivity in low-light aquatic environments. In combination with a reflective layer, this allows them to detect minute movements and subtle changes in contrast, whether stalking prey in murky depths or navigating shadowed reefs. The interplay of structure and function transforms the ocean into a landscape alive with motion, even when sunlight barely penetrates, revealing an entirely different visual dimension. Cephalopods, including octopuses and squids, feature W-shaped pupils that extend their depth of field horizontally. This anatomical innovation enhances contrast along the seafloor, allowing them to identify prey predators and objects, even in shifting light and currents. Their eyes are capable of rapid adjustment to water clarity and light angles, enabling a form of perception that appears alien, yet exquisitely adapted for their dynamic underwater worlds. Horses' retinas are rich in rods, supporting excellent night vision and peripheral awareness. Lateral eye placement provides an expansive field of view, allowing them to detect motion across the horizon with minimal head movement. Shadows, rippling grasses, or distant predators trigger instantaneous visual alerts, illustrating an evolutionary compromise that prioritizes survival and situational awareness over acute central focus, yet creates a sweeping and immersive perception of their environment. Dragonflies have enormous compound eyes with tens of thousands of ommatidia, each functioning as a miniature lens. This arrangement allows them to detect motion in multiple directions simultaneously, reacting to rapid prey movements with astonishing speed. Their vision captures ultraviolet patterns on flowers and potential mates, producing a fragmented but highly responsive mosaic, transforming aerial hunting into a dynamic interplay of geometry, color, and movement beyond human capability. Owls possess tubular eyes with retinas densely packed with rods, optimizing light absorption in near darkness. The elongated shape enhances forward-facing binocular vision, increasing depth perception for hunting at night. As they turn their heads to scan the environment, the stationary eyes provide continuous, high-resolution imagery, while minimal head movements reduce detection by prey, creating a combination of optical precision and stealth that defines their nocturnal mastery. Some amphibians, like the tree frog, exhibit eyes capable of detecting polarized light. This ability allows them to navigate wet forest environments, distinguish surfaces, and locate water sources or prey more efficiently. Subtle reflections on leaves or streams become salient cues invisible to most other species, demonstrating a layer of visual interpretation that integrates environmental complexity with survival needs, transforming mundane surroundings into a perceptual landscape teeming with hidden patterns. Seals possess pupils that contract and expand with extreme rapidity, balancing underwater and above water vision. This flexibility allows them to navigate shifting, light gradients between the ocean's surface and murky depths. Rod-rich retinas enhance motion detection in dim conditions, while the nictitating membrane provides protection without obstructing sight. Together, these adaptations enable precise predatory behavior in environments that challenge optical systems with contrast and clarity variations. Certain fish, like the mantis shrimp, detect circularly polarized light, providing a channel of communication inaccessible to most predators. Their retinas contain multiple photoreceptor types, each sensitive to distinct wavelengths, including ultraviolet. This extraordinary spectrum enables them to discern intricate textures, detect subtle camouflage, and engage in signaling invisible to other species, constructing a visual realm layered with hidden patterns and interactions that redefine how color and light are interpreted under the sea. Elephants' eyes, though modest in size relative to their massive heads, provide nuanced perception across complex terrains. Vertical pupil orientation enhances depth awareness while filtering glare from sunlight. Retinal specialization balances motion detection with color discrimination, supporting coordination with other senses, including touch and hearing. The resulting visual capability allows them to traverse dense forests, grasslands, and waterways with both awareness and precision, emphasizing integrated sensory design rather than isolated acuity. Mantis shrimps' eyes are divided into hemispheres, each analyzing different visual cues, allowing simultaneous evaluation of shape, depth, and color. These compound organs detect polarized and multispectral light, expanding their perceptual experience far beyond human comprehension. By synthesizing input from independently functioning zones, the shrimp interprets motion, texture, and signaling patterns with unmatched speed, demonstrating a remarkable integration of anatomical specialization and environmental necessity that transforms ordinary aquatic scenery into a vividly structured visual field. Human visual cortex interprets input from photoreceptors, reconstructing the world with continuity, depth, and motion. Despite the simplicity of rods and cones as detectors, the brain weaves complex images that account for perspective, color, constancy, and three-dimensionality. This reconstruction relies on subtle cues, including light gradients and shadow, producing a perception of reality that feels immediate and seamless, while masking the immense computational and anatomical effort underlying what seems effortless. Hummingbirds' eyes process rapid flickering motion at rates imperceptible to humans, enabling precise navigation through dense foliage while foraging. Their retinal architecture accommodates high temporal resolution, allowing them to detect sudden changes in light patterns or obstacles mid-flight. Each wing beat exposes them to constantly shifting visual information, which is instantly integrated, producing a stable and responsive awareness essential for survival in environments where speed, agility, and visual acuity converge. Sharks' lenses are nearly spherical, optimizing focus underwater by minimizing distortions caused by differences in refractive index between water and the cornea. This shape enables precise targeting of prey at various distances while swimming at high speeds. Coupled with the reflective retinal layer, these adaptations allow detection of faint silhouettes or subtle contrasts in low-light conditions, converting an often opaque ocean into a perceptual arena rich with detail, movement, and survival-critical cues. Owls' eyes have a high density of rod photoreceptors, allowing exceptional night vision, but their retinas are less sensitive to color. This trade-off maximizes motion detection and contrast recognition in low-light environments. In hunting, every flicker of movement becomes detectable. Shadows are interpreted as potential threats or prey, and the surrounding darkness transforms from a void into a meticulously detailed grayscale landscape shaped entirely by light sensitivity and anatomical precision. Cephalopods' eyes can adjust focus through lens movement rather than changing curvature, allowing rapid adaptation to depth changes. The horizontal pupil slits maintain image clarity across the seafloor while emphasizing contrast in complex environments. This combination of anatomical flexibility and environmental tuning permits immediate perception of subtle movements or textures, transforming the ocean floor into a map of opportunities and hazards, where vision serves as both sensor and guide in dynamic, unpredictable habitats. Dragonfly's visual system includes zones specialized for detecting prey, motion, and polarized light. These regions process fragmented inputs simultaneously, constructing a functional map that guides hunting behavior and flight stability. High temporal resolution allows detection of rapid shifts in position, making them incredibly efficient aerial predators. Each flight path is orchestrated through this mosaic vision, which integrates geometry, light and motion into an almost instinctive understanding of three-dimensional space. Horses' eyes demonstrate remarkable adaptability to fluctuating light, with pupils adjusting gradually to prevent retinal damage while preserving clarity. Their rod-rich retinas detect subtle shadows, ripples in grass, or distant movement, alerting them to predators or companions. The lateral positioning produces panoramic awareness, while neural interpretation reconstructs depth and trajectory from partial overlap. The combination creates an expansive perception that balances threat detection, orientation, and environmental engagement, shaping their survival-oriented visual experience. Human pupils respond not only to light, but also to emotional and cognitive states, expanding during excitement or intense focus. This subtle, involuntary reaction changes the perception of depth and shadow, subtly altering how objects appear. Through this mechanism, eyes serve as both sensory organs and communicative tools, silently conveying attention, interest, or stress, while simultaneously optimizing light entry for precise visual perception. Deep-sea fish, such as barrel eyes, have tubular eyes encased in a transparent dome filled with fluid, allowing them to capture faint bioluminescent glows. Their upward-facing retinas detect silhouettes of prey against the dim surface light, while lateral vision monitors predators below. This unique adaptation transforms darkness into a rich, layered visual environment teeming with life undetectable to most species. Hummingbirds' color perception extends into the ultraviolet spectrum, revealing flower patterns invisible to humans. These visual cues guide precise hovering and nectar extraction, enhancing foraging efficiency. Their retinas interpret rapid fluctuations in light intensity, allowing them to navigate through dense foliage without collision. This extraordinary visual capacity transforms the seemingly ordinary floral landscape into a complex map of hidden signals. Some nocturnal geckos exhibit a secondary layer of photoreceptors sensitive to infrared light, giving them rudimentary thermal vision. This adaptation allows detection of warm-blooded prey, even in the absence of visible illumination. Coupled with their slit-shaped pupils that adjust across extreme light ranges, these reptiles perceive their surroundings as a multi-dimensional canvas, blending color, motion, and subtle heat signatures to locate and capture targets efficiently. The human lens is remarkably flexible in youth, capable of altering curvature to focus across a wide range of distances. As it ages, elasticity diminishes, causing gradual loss of near vision. Microscopic proteins and precise hydration maintain transparency, while the lens continuously channels light with minimal distortion, ensuring that even the smallest details in the surrounding world are interpreted with clarity and stability. Owls' eyes are designed to maximize forward-facing binocular vision, enabling precise depth judgment when striking prey. Despite their rigidity within the skull, the eyes integrate with an exceptionally mobile neck, allowing sweeping environmental scans without movement that would alert potential prey. Each retinal rod amplifies faint light, converting minimal photons into high-contrast images essential for nocturnal hunting in shadowed forests or open plains. Seahorses' independently moving eyes allow simultaneous tracking of multiple objects, enhancing predator awareness while hunting tiny crustaceans. Their retinas are particularly sensitive to contrast rather than color, reflecting the dim, filtered light of seagrass habitats. Through this adaptation, every flicker of movement is interpreted as a potential opportunity or threat, shaping behavior and survival strategy in intricate underwater environments where timing and detection are crucial. Mantis shrimps' eyes are partitioned into specialized regions that interpret shape, color, and polarized light independently. This multifaceted design allows rapid analysis of complex underwater scenes, including prey camouflage, territorial displays, and environmental cues invisible to other species. By integrating inputs from these zones, shrimps construct a detailed and multidimensional understanding of their surroundings, demonstrating that highly sophisticated vision can emerge from remarkably small neural architectures. The cornea of the human eye is avascular, relying on tear fluid and the surrounding aqueous humor for nutrients and oxygen. Its precise curvature refracts light to a fine degree before it reaches the lens, forming the foundation of sharp imagery. Even subtle changes in hydration or surface smoothness can influence visual clarity, illustrating how minor physiological factors contribute to an intricate, continuously optimized visual system. Dragonflies' compound eyes contain specialized zones tuned for detecting prey and mates against complex backgrounds. High temporal resolution allows perception of rapid movements, while independent lens units create a mosaic-like representation of the environment. This arrangement transforms chaotic visual input into an actionable map, allowing the insect to intercept tiny flying targets with astonishing accuracy while navigating intricate aerial pathways. Horses' peripheral vision compensates for lateral eye placement, enabling detection of predators at the edges of their field of view. Rod-dense retinas capture subtle movement, while the brain reconstructs depth cues from overlapping signals. This combination allows broad environmental awareness and rapid responses, demonstrating that panoramic anatomy can coexist with functional depth perception, balancing safety, orientation, and engagement with complex terrain. Shark's pupil morphology varies between species, from round to slit-like forms, reflecting hunting strategy and environmental adaptation. Combined with nearly spherical lenses, this variety optimizes light capture and focus underwater. Rod-rich retinas and reflective layers enhance sensitivity, enabling subtle detection of prey movement. In dark or turbid water, these adaptations create a precise, motion-oriented visual map that governs predatory efficiency and navigational awareness. Cephalopods can perceive polarized light patterns, enhancing contrast detection and prey tracking in turbid aquatic environments. Their W-shaped pupils optimize horizontal resolution, allowing precise discrimination of shapes and textures along the seafloor. This combination of optical specialization enables rapid adaptation to dynamic lighting conditions and shifting visual environments, highlighting an evolutionary solution that balances clarity, contrast, and environmental interaction in creatures with fundamentally different ocular anatomy from vertebrates. Elephants' eyes integrate visual input with other senses, using retinal sensitivity to motion and brightness cues to complement tactile and auditory information. Vertical pupils reduce glare, supporting outdoor activity under intense sunlight. By interpreting shadow, shape, and movement, elephants can navigate dense vegetation or open plains with remarkable spatial awareness, demonstrating that visual anatomy is tightly interwoven with broader sensory strategies to maintain situational understanding and safety. Frogs' nictitating membranes are translucent, allowing continued observation while submerged or during feeding. This structure protects sensitive tissues and modifies light entry, enhancing contrast perception under variable conditions. Retinal adaptations complement this protective layer, creating a visual system tuned to movement and subtle color variations. In combination, these features enable amphibians to monitor predators and prey without sacrificing clarity, blending protection with functionality in both terrestrial and aquatic habitats. Owls' tubular eyes are supported by a rigid scleral ring, maintaining shape under extreme stress while maximizing focal length. Rod-dense retinas capture minimal light, rendering the nocturnal landscape in high-contrast grayscale. This optical strategy, combined with head mobility, enables precise hunting, detection of faint movements, and environmental assessment in darkness, converting minimal photons into actionable information critical for survival and predation. Human irises display microstructures shaped by genetics, including crypts and radial furrows that influence light scattering. These patterns are unique, forming identification markers comparable to fingerprints. Beyond aesthetics, structural variations subtly affect glare reduction and depth perception, adding complexity to visual input. Such intricate designs underscore the interplay between anatomy, genetics, and environmental adaptation in shaping both form and functional perception. Praying mantises' stereoscopic vision allows accurate depth estimation, critical for striking prey. Their specialized frontal zones detect motion and calculate trajectory using minimal neural input. Rapid strikes are guided by integration of shape, distance, and timing information derived from fragmented yet highly efficient visual data. This capability demonstrates that even insects possess sophisticated optical adaptations, enabling precise interaction with dynamic, three-dimensional environments. Seals' eyes adapt to changing light levels with remarkable speed, contracting or expanding pupils as illumination shifts between surface glare and underwater dimness. Rod-rich retinas enhance motion detection while maintaining image clarity. Protective membranes shield delicate tissues during hunting, swimming, or interactions with conspecifics. These combined features allow navigation through variable aquatic landscapes where light is scarce, contrast fluctuates, and precise visual cues dictate survival success. Barrel eyes' upward-pointing tubular eyes can rotate within a transparent dome, simultaneously observing prey silhouettes above and predators below. This unusual design converts a dark, featureless environment into a layered scene where light intensity, shape, and movement are all interpreted with extraordinary sensitivity. Such adaptations reveal that visual anatomy can extend beyond typical frontal orientation to encompass multiple dimensions of perception in extreme habitats. Birds, such as pigeons, possess a remarkable density of photoreceptors in their retinas, allowing them to detect subtle changes in color and ultraviolet patterns invisible to humans. These visual capabilities support navigation, foraging, and mate selection, transforming seemingly ordinary urban or forest landscapes into vibrant, intricate mosaics that are layered with signals only their sophisticated eyes can interpret. The human crystalline lens adjusts its curvature to focus light accurately on the retina, a feat achieved through fine ciliary muscle control. This continuous adjustment enables sharp vision from objects inches away to distant landscapes. Transparency is preserved by highly organized protein structures, ensuring that every photon entering the eye contributes to a cohesive, detailed image of the world surrounding us. Squid possess tubular pupils that optimize horizontal resolution across their seafloor habitat. These pupils, in combination with highly sensitive retinas, allow them to detect motion and contrast in dimly lit waters. By controlling light entry along the horizontal plane, they can interpret subtle shadows cast by prey or predators, transforming underwater darkness into a perceptual map full of actionable information for survival. Owls' eyes contain an unusually high rod-to-cone ratio, enhancing low-light sensitivity while sacrificing color perception. This trade-off allows them to detect the faintest movements in moonlit forests. Each rod converts minimal light into detailed signals, rendering the nocturnal world with extraordinary clarity. Subtle motion, shadow, and spatial orientation become immediately apparent, facilitating hunting and navigation under near total darkness. The nictitating membrane in many amphibians allows continued observation while protecting the eye from debris, water, and predatory strikes. This translucent layer modifies light entry, enhancing contrast perception while submerged. Combined with rod-dense retinas, it enables detection of subtle movements in both aquatic and terrestrial environments, creating a layered visual system that balances protection with sensory acuity in diverse ecological contexts. Sharks' eyes incorporate nearly spherical lenses that compensate for the refractive properties of water. This design ensures that light from various distances converges accurately on the retina, producing sharp images even in murky conditions. Reflective retinal layers amplify faint illumination, enabling detection of prey silhouettes and motion cues invisible to many other species, turning the ocean into a dynamic visual environment governed by subtle contrasts. Dragonflies' eyes consist of thousands of ommatidia, each tuned for specific visual functions such as detecting prey, mates, or motion. The combined input generates a high-resolution mosaic of the surrounding airspace, allowing precise navigation and interception mid-flight. Their visual system captures ultraviolet patterns and rapid movements, creating a perceptual experience that is simultaneously fragmented and functionally coherent, enabling unparalleled aerial agility. Horses' retinas feature a concentration of rods optimized for motion detection, particularly in dim light or peripheral regions. Lateral eye placement grants panoramic awareness, while the brain interprets partial overlap to reconstruct depth. This combination ensures rapid reaction to potential threats or environmental changes, allowing horses to move confidently across open fields, dense vegetation, or uneven terrain while maintaining an encompassing visual map. Cephalopods can alter lens position to focus at varying distances rather than changing curvature as humans do. This capability allows rapid adaptation to shifting underwater environments, maintaining image clarity even in murky waters. Horizontal pupils enhance contrast along the seafloor, emphasizing silhouettes and textures, and enabling these creatures to hunt or avoid predators with an optical acuity that rivals more complex vertebrate systems. Mantis shrimps' photoreceptors can distinguish multiple wavelengths of light, including ultraviolet, enabling the detection of signals invisible to most other species. Their eyes' divided structure allows separate analysis of shape, motion, and polarization simultaneously. This, Layered visual capability transforms underwater habitats into complex sensory landscapes, where communication, camouflage detection, and prey localization occur through a highly sophisticated interpretation of light and color. Seals' eyes adjust rapidly to changing light levels, balancing glare from the surface with dim underwater conditions. Pupils contract or expand, while the rod-rich retina captures movement in low-light environments. Protective membranes shield delicate tissues, ensuring vision is maintained during hunting or navigation. This combination allows seals to operate efficiently in dynamic aquatic environments, where precise detection of motion is critical. Barrel eyes feature eyes that rotate within a transparent, fluid-filled dome, allowing simultaneous observation above and below. This unique adaptation creates a layered perception of light, movement, and shape in near-total darkness. Subtle bioluminescent signals from prey or conspecifics are captured, enabling these fish to navigate and hunt efficiently while maintaining constant awareness of predators, revealing an extraordinary evolutionary solution to extreme deep-sea environments. Owls' retinal architecture emphasizes high rod density, prioritizing sensitivity to low-light contrast rather than color. This allows them to detect minute movements across forest floors or open fields under moonlight. Combined with fixed tubular eye shapes and flexible neck mobility, the ocular system converts sparse photons into detailed spatial information, producing a grayscale map of their surroundings crucial for nocturnal hunting. Humans' irises contain fine radial and crypt-like structures that scatter and filter light subtly, contributing to glare reduction and minor adjustments in perceived brightness. Genetic variation ensures that these microstructures are unique to each individual, functioning as a natural identifier. Beyond their aesthetic qualities, these features influence optical performance, subtly enhancing depth perception and creating a distinct visual signature among observers. Hummingbirds' rapid wing beats expose their eyes to constant changes in light intensity. Their retinas handle high temporal resolution, allowing them to maintain stable imagery while navigating dense vegetation. Ultraviolet perception guides nectar foraging, highlighting patterns invisible to humans. This combination of speed, color sensitivity, and spatial accuracy transforms complex floral environments into actionable maps essential for survival. Frogs' eyes include specialized cone types that detect ultraviolet light, expanding their perception beyond human visible spectra. These adaptations assist in prey detection and navigation in variable aquatic habitats. Combined with the translucent nictitating membrane that modifies light entry, their vision balances protection and sensitivity, transforming simple water surfaces or forest floors into visually rich environments with signals and contrasts invisible to most other species. Elephants' eyes coordinate with tactile and auditory inputs, interpreting subtle motion and brightness variations in their surroundings. Vertical pupil alignment reduces glare, while retinal adaptations detect movement efficiently. This integration creates a comprehensive understanding of space and distance, allowing safe navigation through dense vegetation or across open plains, and demonstrating that vision is one of multiple, harmonized sensory systems contributing to survival. Sharks' retinas are optimized for contrast detection, particularly in low light or turbid waters. Spherical lenses reduce distortion caused by water refraction, while reflective layers behind photoreceptors amplify available light. This combination allows sharks to identify faint silhouettes and minute motions of prey or competitors, converting challenging visual conditions into a navigable, detail-rich underwater environment governed by subtle cues and movement patterns. Dragonflies' eyes incorporate specialized zones that analyze movement, color, and polarization independently. Thousands of ommatidia contribute to a comprehensive mosaic of their environment, enabling rapid reactions to prey or obstacles. High temporal resolution allows them to perceive rapid changes in flight dynamics, while ultraviolet sensitivity reveals otherwise invisible signals, creating a multidimensional visual experience that facilitates precise aerial hunting and navigation. Cuttlefish possess eyes capable of detecting subtle differences in polarization, allowing them to see contrast patterns invisible to most predators. This ability reveals hidden textures and shapes in their environment, enabling precise hunting and camouflage detection. By interpreting polarized light, their vision transforms otherwise uniform seafloor scenes into a detailed map of motion, texture, and biological signals crucial for survival. Certain deep-sea dragonfish have tubular eyes optimized for both forward and lateral vision. Their retinas are tuned to detect specific bioluminescent wavelengths, revealing prey, predators, or mates in near-complete darkness. This dual orientation system allows simultaneous surveillance of the dim abyss above and below, converting a featureless black void into a structured visual environment full of hidden, essential cues. As our journey through the wonders of vision in nature comes to a close, allow yourself to sink even deeper into relaxation. Let the gentle sensations of light, color, and perception envelop your body and mind. Feel your thoughts gently fading, your muscles softening, and your breath flowing naturally and effortlessly. Rest here, fully supported in this safe and serene space. If you enjoyed this relaxing moment, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and turning on all notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. But for now, let your body relax, release any tension, and allow your mind to drift. Good night and sleep well.